He decided that, this is over. It makes no sense to kill any more people, let any more people die. So instead, he drives a spearhead into the heart of Berlin and makes a corridor.
Nicht übel. In diesem Interview habe ich mehr über die deutsche Geschichte gelernt als in meiner gesamten Schulzeit. Ja, ich guck Sie an, Herr Schuldirektor.
Diese Musiker sind Helden, Sabaton und Heroes. Hello guys.
Hello there.
Hello.
After the last record you had some massive lineup changes, so did that put some extra pressure on you for the new one?
Very much so, of course. I mean, in a sense, me as the main songwriter, I had massive performance anxiety, if you know what I mean. Really, I threw away almost, was it half of the album, in November sometime.
And we were like, these songs are really great. What are you doing? No, it's not good enough.
It was really hell to write the album, but it was amazingly fun to record it. I haven't had that much fun in the studio for 10 years.
How many songs did you wrote which didn't make it on the record?
I don't know, but too many probably.
So you have like B-sides for the next 10 years?
I always do it like that. If something is deemed not good enough, it will always be not good enough. I will never use something again.
And even though he's the main songwriter, did you have any influence on your guitar work?
No, he's actually one of the few I was actually writing with.
We wrote Soldier of Three Armies together, and I had some bits and pieces in Hearts of Iron as well. And guitar-wise, we have more or less free hands.
So Joachim is no control freak.
Well, I am. I have to let it go sometimes.
Okay.
Trust is good, control is better.
You're always telling war stories in your lyrics. Can you tell the story of Walter Wenck, the German hero?
Yes, he was called the boy general, actually. He was one of the younger generals in Wehrmacht. And his orders, at the Battle of Berlin, his order were, of course, to, put a spearhead into the heart of Berlin and get the Soviet army out of there. Which is, impossible at that time. But he decided, instead of following, his original orders from Adolf, he decided that, this is over. It makes no sense to kill any more people, let any more people die. So instead, he drives a spearhead into the heart of Berlin and makes a corridor. He's commanding the 12th Army, and he makes it a corridor for people from the 9th Army and civilians to escape onto the other side, where they can surrender to the American forces instead of the Soviets.
So you saved many lives.
Almost 250,000 people.
You have a German part on the lyrics. Did you notice that is wrong?
Yeah, I know.
Why didn't you ask us before?
Yeah, I know.
Why didn't you ask your German label before?
Yeah,
there's so many Germans you do know. What went wrong?
What I was wondering about is, why didn't our German label say anything? I sing nicht ein Schlacht, ein Rettungsaktion, and I think it should be keine Schlacht, eine Rettungsaktion.
Yeah.
So I don't know now if we're gonna keep that one and laugh about it, or if we have to change it for live purposes. I guess we'll have to ask our fans from that, actually.
Ja. Was meint ihr, sollen die Texte geändert werden, ja oder nein? Well, your music is full of major hook lines, and on stage you bring like all those special effects, like a panzer and stuff like that. So wouldn't it make sense to come up with a musical? The Sabaton musical, I can see that, like 20 years ahead.
Yeah, like we're not having enough gay rumors already, Actually, I wouldn't really enjoy all the dancing stuff, but I actually enjoy the part where you have you sing your lines, you tell a story, and you have different people singing, the dialogue. But in that case, I think it would make more sense to make a Rock-Oper about war rather than a musical, because that actually is a bit gay.
There is some criticism that you use sensitive words like Auschwitz in sort of sing-along songs. What do you answer to that?
Well, one, freedom of speech. Two, if you don't like it, don't listen. On this album, it's a song Inmate 4859, which is about a Polish guy going into Auschwitz and telling a very dark story about, his time, because he went there voluntarily to spy, to gather evidence and start a resistance movement. And we have a dark, deep choir singing about soldier in Auschwitz and who knows his name. Of course, we know people will be singing along to it, but hey, what about it? It's actually history. These things happened, and I don't believe in the idea of not avoiding certain subjects because they're sensitive. They're sensitive for a reason, and if people remember about all the crazy shit that happened, maybe it's a bigger chance the same shit won't happen again.
Wir geben an der Stelle einfach mal die Frage von Joachim an euch weiter. Soll der deutsche Textfehler in Hearts of Iron geändert werden oder live so bleiben? Na, hat euch das Interview gefallen? Dann liked es und teilt es und abonniert unseren Kanal. Jeden Dienstag und Freitag gibt es Nachschub. Falls ihr Shirts, Hoodies, CDs, LPs, DVDs oder Blu-rays von Sabaton haben wollt, die gibt's natürlich bei EMP. Klickt einfach auf den Link unten in der Beschreibung. Bis zum nächsten Mal, sagen Markus und Jan.